The following is an exclusive sports presentation of the RVA Sports Network. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Game 1 of RVA Sports Network's 2017-2018 high school basketball broadcast schedule. A little bit of a last-minute extra, if you will. Hey, when you get a direct message at 4:30 on a Sunday morning from somebody asking you, hey, are you broadcasting the big benefit game between the Titans and the Blue Devils on Tuesday night? Your answer needs to be yes. So here we are high above the court at Varina High School as we get set for what's called a benefit game. And basically what a benefit game is, it's a glorified scrimmage. This is originally set to be a scrimmage. You get to have two of them before your regular season begins if you're in the Virginia High School League. Has come together to scrimmage against the defending VISAA Division I state champions, the Trinity Episcopal Titans. So there are tickets tonight. It does cost to get in. This will benefit the athletic departments at both Trinity Episcopal as well as Varina. But it's also a great way to whet the appetite and get fans ready for what should be a wild and lots of fun 2017-2018 high school basketball season here across the RVA, both in boys and girls. Rob Witham along with you on this Tuesday night before Thanksgiving. Be careful if you're traveling tonight, or if you're going to, of course, be traveling tomorrow, traditionally the busiest travel day of the year, as friends and family try to get together, get out of work early. Maybe you've got tomorrow off. If you're going to hit the road, my advice, do it very early in the morning if you can, and avoid tomorrow afternoon. Traffic was bad all over the RVA trying to get from Glen Allen over here to Varina, and it's only Tuesday night. We've got Wednesday to deal with before we all carve the turkey and say thanks come Thursday. Well, thinking of and speaking of saying thanks, that's what the Trinity Episcopal Titans did at the end of last season when they hoisted the 2016-17 VISAA Division I state championship. Made it all the way to the title game and took the title home on a fantastic season where they only saw defeat one time, and that was way back in mid-January. If you'll recall, a special Saturday night game of the week where we were live at Chuck Tester Gymnasium on the campus. Bird were the eventual Group 5A state champions. The Skyhawks got the win that night over the Titans, the only time Trinity fell this season. Now, the Titans are starting their season this coming weekend in a special tournament in Atlanta, Georgia. Meanwhile, Varina and the rest of the Virginia High School League teams can get their 2017 and 18 seasons underway beginning on Monday after Thanksgiving. There's not a lot of action on Monday night, but there will be some action on Tuesday night as most of the high schools get going there. You've got the Juan Stevenson Classic in Prince George coming up next week. Douglas Freeman always hosts the Rebel Invitational in the first week of the season. So already in week one, an opportunity for some teams to go against some squads that maybe they wouldn't see on a regular basis. Then we get more towards the district schedules briefly. And then from December 15th through December 29th, it's 15 days of holiday hoops across the RVA. And, of course, we'll bring you our annual Holiday Feast of Hoops coverage. Right now, everything that we've got scheduled is on the broadcast schedule on the right-hand side of the page at RVASportsNetwork.com. We're going to be at the Lady Cavalier Holiday Classic at Caroline High School for the first time ever for their championship and third place game on December 20th. For the 5th consecutive year, RVA Sports Network, your exclusive home for Henrico Holiday Hoops. That 3-day affair begins on Wednesday, December the 27th. We'll have first-round quadruple header coverage on that Wednesday, and then we will return to Henrico on Friday, the 29th of December, to ring out 2017 with the third place and the championship games of Henrico Holiday Hoops, live and exclusively here on RVA Sports Network. In between those 2 days, that 28th, that Thursday, we'll be live at Lee Davis High School for the championships of the Southerner Classic. That is a 4-team boys and a 4-team girls. 2 tournaments, 1 place, 1 time. Their opening games are on that Tuesday, the same as Henrico, and the championship will be held that Wednesday. So we'll go to Henrico Tuesday, Mechanicsville Wednesday, return to Henrico on Thursday for the championship there before we head out of town for a few days to celebrate the end of the year, the beginning of 2018 with family and friends, and get to meet my grandnephew for the very first time, who was born back in August. Looking forward to meeting Liam down in North Carolina. So we will have tons of basketball action for you live while you're enjoying your winter break. And we've got more games we're working on to make announcements on. And as soon as we have them confirmed, we will add them to the broadcast schedule at rvasportsnetwork.com. The big one right now to tell you about that we've added, you've got the Holiday Feast of Hoops that we just talked about. Well, we have a game broadcast already before that, and that's going to be on Tuesday night, December 5th. We'll be live at L.C. Byrd High School for girls basketball action. Our preseason boys and girls top 10 basketball polls come out this coming Sunday on the return of the Central Region Now podcast from the RVA Sports Network. Our podcast goes into our winter and spring schedule starting this weekend. We'll drop a new Central Region Now podcast every Sunday from now through June. And we'll begin this one coming up November 26th with our initial boys and girls top 10s of 2017-18. And I suspect that the 2 teams that will battle on December the 5th here live on the network, top 10 on Sunday, as the Skyhawks of L.C. Byrd will welcome in the new look Monacan Chiefs, 3-time defending state champions. Of course, Megan Walker now at UConn, Shaden Morris at Rider University. You've got Alex Parson already lighting it up as a freshman, one of the best freshmen so far early on in Atlantic 10 women's basketball action as a Spider. Jasmine Norman down at Christopher Newport University. They are preseason Division III top 25. So lots of fun watching them go on now and succeed at the next level. As a matter of fact, Megan and UConn will be on the television later tonight. If you're up, about 10:30 or so, they're scheduled to take on UCLA in a top 5 battle. It's either going to be on ESPN or ESPN2, but you can catch Megan on TV. The new generation of Chiefs come in to take on the Skyhawks. December 5th, we'll go live at 7 Eastern, 4 on the West Coast, from Chuck Tester Gymnasium on the campus of L.C. Byrd in Chester. That's on Tuesday night, December 5th. So 2 weeks from tonight is scheduled to be our first live regular season broadcast of 2017-18. And then again, we got our Holiday Feast of Hoops. We'll be all over the Richmond area, live, or we're on Twitter live across the RVA Sports Network. We'll be keeping you posted on basketball action all season long. And it all begins here tonight with this benefit game between Trinity Episcopal and Varina. And it starts for real for Trinity this weekend in Atlanta. And for VHSL schools, it starts for real this coming Monday. Fans have got about 12 minutes to starting lineups, and the opening tip for tonight's game is the JV game ran a little bit long. It was a good one, as a matter of fact. Varina holding on, hitting some key free throws late to knock off the Titans 61-57 was the final score in the JV matchup. And the varsity matchup again, let's see, about 10 minutes, 11 minutes away from our national anthem and then starting lineups for tonight's game. So we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back here on the pregame show on this Game of the Week special, don't forget football, lots of it this weekend. It's Region Championship weekend under the new VHSL format. We'll go over all the games and how you can keep in touch with the scores Friday night and Saturday, thanks to the RVA Sports Network. All still to come as our pregame show rolls on next. You're listening to a Game of the Week special, Trinity Episcopal and Varina. Tip-off in about 10 minutes here on the RVA Sports Network.
Sheehy Ford of Ashland, with the largest inventory of Fords in the Mid-Atlantic, says fall head-over deals. Up to 40% off MSRP or 0% financing for up to 72 months. Sheehy is proud to present its Military Appreciation Program with savings and additional discounts for active duty, military reserve, retired military, dependent families, and now law enforcement. It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1 just south of Ashland. Online at SheehyFordAshland.com.
Massey Wood & West Incorporated has been serving the Richmond and surrounding areas since 1923, offering the finest in home heating oil and propane gas. They also offer professional service and installation of standby generators, tankless water heaters, gas logs, and gas or oil furnaces. Call them today for all of your heating needs at 355-1721. That's 355-1721. Massey Wood & West.
All right, fans, thanks, and come on back into Varina High School. Rob Witham along with you here live on the pregame show of our Game of the Week special. Scrimmage game slash pseudo, kind of, sort of. It's run like a game. The uniforms, everything looks like a game, except officially it's a scrimmage. So this game will not go into the official records, but it'll be obviously a great test for both teams, especially the Varina Blue Devils, who coming off one of their best seasons in recent history. They did lose a couple of key cogs to graduation, but they have a load coming back this year. And what a great idea to get a barometer very early as to how you've gotten together and gelled together when you bring in Armando Baycott, Jason Wade, Tink Boyd, and the defending VISAA State Division I champions in Trinity Episcopal. And again, I'm sure these two teams will be inside our initial RVA Sports Network Top 10 Boys Basketball Poll, which will drop for the first time on Sunday with the release of the Central Region Now. And there's a lot of football to come this weekend as well. And even though our broadcast season has come to a close here with football on the RVA Sports Network, as we now defer to our friends Gary Hess and Gary Criswell the rest of the way, we will be live at a game with correspondents and live on Twitter. Right, here is where we'll be. Beginning first, the Region 5B Championship, live from Chester Fritz Stadium. I'll be up high in the press box. Our buddy and reporter Sepp Shirey will be down on the field getting video updates and more as the rematch happens. Number 2, Highland Springs. Number 1, Hermitage. Both come in 11-1. Highland Springs winners of 11 straight after their opening night 14-9 loss at home to Hermitage way back on August the 25th. Much has changed since then. Devontae Waller has become much more of a complete quarterback. There's a year's worth of experience for those who took over key roles for the Springers as they seek their third consecutive state championship. For Hermitage, this is why they dropped John Marshall and added Thomas Dale to their schedule, so that their strength of schedule would allow them, if they were even Steven with the Springers in the record column, they'd be able to host the game, especially with a win over them. Hermitage's lone loss to Manchester. And we'll talk more about them in just a moment. Kickoff Friday night at Chester Fritz Stadium is at 7 o'clock. Our live coverage on Twitter will begin after 6:30 p.m. on Henrico Sports on Twitter. And, of course, we'll give the retweet out all night long on the RVA Sports Net. Our buddy, like we said, Sepp Shirey will be with us. You can follow him at Septimus_44, and we'll be retweeting all of his video coverage and other updates live from the field. Step on the field, we're up high where we can see everything, and we can also get reports in from our other reporters. Tim Beard, the man with the plan down in Dinwiddie. Region 4B championship. 2 12-0 teams who survived tests as 11-0 last week. In those two games where 2 11-0 teams squared off against each other. Louisa survived at Monacan. They move on to take on Dinwiddie, who really survived with that last second field goal to knock off Eastern View 40-37. That too is a Friday night 7 o'clock kick, and we'll have live tweet updates coming up on the RVA Sports Net on Twitter. In 6B, Manchester gets on the bus Friday afternoon, heads north to Stafford County, and they will take on Colonial Forge, the same team that eliminated them from the 2016 postseason. Undefeated Colonial Forge, who struggled a bit last week. Remember, they got a bye as the 1 seed in the region. And then they only beat River Bend, which River Bend's final record of 5-7 is really misleading because they played much better than a 5-7 team all year long. You can ask James River. You can ask Manchester as well. They got the 24-14 win, did the Eagles, and that means Colonial Forge hosts Manchester, and the Lancers look for revenge and a region championship. That's a 7 o'clock kick on Friday night, and we'll have live updates on that game on Chesterfield Sports on Twitter. That's at the letter C, Field Sports. And, of course, all the retweets coming up on the RVA Sports Net. For those of you new to our network on Twitter and wondering how it works and why we have multiple Twitter feeds, it grew organically that way. We began in Hanover County with coverage in 2012 at Hanover Sports. The next year, we expanded to cover Henrico County at Henrico Sports and Chesterfield County at the letter C, Field Sports. We believe in hyper-local coverage. So if you want to follow your school or your favorite team, you can do that on our network. Or if you want to know what's going on all across the RVA, not only in high school sports, but in sports in general, plus traffic, news, weather, and everything you need to know and what you're talking about. That's our main Twitter feed at the RVA Sports Net. That's the RVA Sports Net. That is where you'll find updates on Friday night from the Region 2A Championship as the Goochland Bulldogs look to go to 13-0 as they take on number 2 seeded Poquoson. 2-1 in that championship matchup. And for Joe Fowler and company, they look for a region title and a return trip to the state semifinals, having last won the state championship about 5 years ago. Again, Goochland updates coming up Friday night on the RVA Sports Net. And then Saturday, we have 2 region championship games. We haven't had a chance to talk publicly since Hopewell pulled off the Titanic upset of undefeated Phoebus back on Saturday. Congratulations to Coach Ricky Irby and the Blue Devils. They will head on next to York High School, and that game will be at Bailey Field down just east of Williamsburg. Coming up Saturday afternoon, Hopewell York for the Region 3A Championship. We'll have Twitter updates Saturday afternoon on that one on the RVA Sports Net, as we will also from Tappahannock, where Essex and Sussex Central collide for the Region 1A Championship. And that, I believe, is a 1 p.m. kick on Saturday. Check RVASportsNetwork.com. We've got the schedule right there. And we'll have updates on that game as well Saturday on the RVA Sports Net. We also realize VCU out in Maui right now got a big win today. Huge first half and cruise to a win over Cal in the consolation semis. So they'll be back in action tomorrow. University of Richmond finally got their first win of the season in the Cayman Islands yesterday. They'll be tipping off soon against number 12 Cincinnati. And both UR's women's team and the VCU women's team in action on this Tuesday night. Richmond falling to Florida in a tournament down there, 87-80. And at last check, VCU trailing but closing in on UNC Greensboro with a little under 5 minutes to go in regulation. They were down by 7, 61-54. Randolph-Macon's women have tipped in Ashland for their 4th game of the year against the Apprentice School. And congratulations to Kelly Williams, the sophomore center, for being named the USBWA National Women's Basketball Player of the Week in Division III. She had an outstanding first weekend of the season. She didn't just do double-doubles, fans. She had games where she had 20-plus points and 20-plus rebounds. So we keep you posted on all that and more on Twitter at the RVA Sports Net. Let everybody know, embedded YouTube player to listen to tonight's Trinity Varina game right now at the top of the page at RVASportsNetwork.com. And, of course, we'll have all the football information that you need at the top of the page before Friday evening arrives. Want to thank all of our interns for 2017-18. I know several of them out of town for the holiday this weekend, and understandably so. Cameron Taylor, Noah Matthews, Andy Losi, Callie Yost. Enjoy the break, guys. Enjoy your family and friends. Look forward to having you back as basketball season gets underway. They've been a great part of our Twitter coverage. Callie has done a great job in terms of writing. If you are an aspiring journalistic student in high school and are looking to get some experience and some mentoring from an old guy who's been in the business for 32 years, I'd be more than happy to help you out. Just send us a DM on any of our Twitter feeds, and we'll be more than happy to send you information and the application as well. All right, fans, coming up in just a moment, starting lineups, Trinity and Varina is up next on this special edition of the Game of the Week, here live and exclusively on the RVA Sports Network. We're back in just a moment.
Sheehy Ford of Ashland, with the largest inventory of Fords in the Mid-Atlantic, says fall head over deals, up to 40% off MSRP or 0% financing for up to 72 months. Sheehy is proud to present its Military Appreciation Program with savings and additional discounts for active duty, military reserve, retired military, dependent families, and now law enforcement. It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1 just south of Ashland. Online at SheehyFordAshland.com.
Massey Wood and West Incorporated has been serving the Richmond and surrounding areas since 1923, offering the finest in home heating oil and propane gas. They also offer professional service and installation of standby generators, tankless water heaters, gas logs, and gas or oil furnaces. Call them today for all of your heating needs at 355-1721. That's 355-1721. Massey Wood and West.
We bring you back live inside the gymnasium at Varina High School. Rob Witham along with you live here on the RVA Sports Network. It is time for the starting lineups for tonight's benefit game between the Varina Blue Devils and the Trinity Episcopal Titans. Titans coming in as the defending VISAA state champions. Tink Boyd will get the call at point guard. Of course, Armando Baycott, who's wearing number 5 tonight. One of the top 25 recruits of the class of 2019 nationwide. Jason Wade will start as well. Newcomer Henry Coleman coming over from Benedictine. He's in the starting lineup tonight, and so is Mario Jackson, 6'4" sophomore for Trinity Episcopal and their head coach, Rick Hamlin. And now the starting lineup for the Varina Blue Devils, who made it deep into the 5A state tournament last year before falling. What a great season it was for head coach, Andrew Lacey and company. Coach Lacey now in his 5th season. Starting at wing, 6'4" sophomore Kennard Richardson, one of the key cogs back this year for the Blue Devils. At the point, freshman Jason Nelson. That's a name we're going to be watching and talking about all this evening as the freshman gets the start in this big preseason matchup. At the wing, 6'6" junior who had a great sophomore year, number 5, Tyrese Jenkins. Also at the wing, 6-foot freshman, number 12, Anthony William. So 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for head coach Andrew Lacey. Rounded out the starting lineup, the senior 6'5" postman, it's Simon Pinchback, whose name, of course, we called several times Game of the week football action when we had Varina on back in early October with their win over Patrick Henry. And a salute to Coach Stu Brown and company. I know their season ended not the way they wanted it to with the loss to Hermitage last week, but they got their first playoff win in either 5 or 6 years. And now Varina football definitely back and have a lot to grow on for the 2018 campaign. All right, fans, settle in, relax, and enjoy. This is kind of our spring training, our preseason as well. Gets us a chance to get a basketball game under our belt before our Game of the Week season opener in 2 weeks. They won't even contest the tip, and they'll let Armando flip it over to Jackson. And we're underway with Boyd at the point, moving left to right across your laptop, tablet, or other mobile device. Inside Baycott, top of the circle. He'll step out, give it to Wade. Wade deep inside to Coleman. Lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Varina. No shot clock in high school basketball, fans. 8-minute quarters, in case you're not aware. Top to Coleman. Over to Baycott to the left side. Looking inside, nothing there. He'll put up a three, and it's good. Armando Baycott for three. Currently ranked 24th in the ESPN Top 100 for the class of 2019. Tyrese Jenkins works it to Williams. Pass to Pinchback. Almost lost it left side. They'll try to get to a cutter. Jenkins, double team, shut up, good, and a foul. Tyrese Jenkins with the basket, and he'll go to the line to try to make it the three-point play. Mario Jackson commits his first personal foul. Again, preseason here tonight, fans. This is not a regular season game. This will not count in the books, but it's a great scrimmage for both. Jenkins completes the and one, and we're tied. 45 seconds into the game. Baycott top gives it up to Tink Boyd, and they'll set. Tink working down the lane. Hanger, no. Jenkins with the board. Quickly to Nelson. Nelson left side. Cross-court pass to Richardson. Look at the baseline, nothing. Back to Nelson for three. Good. Jason Nelson for three, and that was a beautiful stroke as he'll now get on Wade, and there's full court pressure from Varina. Up 6-3, a minute 10 into the game. They break it. Wade down the lane, open to Coleman, and he's blocked by Jenkins. Coleman looked for the dunk, and he got blocked. Bounce pass. Williams, good. And that's a two. And the Varina home crowd is alive early. It's an 8-0 Varina run. 6:25 first quarter. Tink Boyd with the basketball up top. Richardson takes him. Slips over to Wade. Lost it temporarily. Got it back. Jason out to Jackson for three. Off, no good. Rebound, last touched by Henry Coleman. Out of bounds to Varina. So Baycott hit that three-pointer when he couldn't find anybody to dump it inside to. Last 8, 6:11 to go first quarter, 8-3 Blue Devils. And keeping a sharp eye on Jason Nelson, the 5'6" freshman point guard timeline. It's up top to Pinchback. Around Richardson with it now. Wade on him. Back up top. Williams sets a three. Good. Hello. Anthony Williams for three. He's got 5 early. Baycott's going to drive the lane and draw the foul. Armando says, hang on a minute. Let me take matters into my own hands and stop this 11-0 run by Varina. He'll get the first foul on Tyrese Jenkins of Varina. First team foul. Each team with a team foul. And now it's Baycott to the line to shoot 2 at 5:47 to go first quarter. First shot is up and will rattle in. And it's 11-4. Substitutions for both teams as Baycott gets set for his second free throw. He's got all 4 of Trinity's points so far tonight. Second shot, up and good. 11-5. And now full court pressure by the Titans. They'll get it to Nelson. He'll stop, hang, flip it back, over to Pinchback, up top. Jenkins thought about it, whip it in the corner. Nelson, 3, front rim, no. Rebound. And we'll get a foul. Rebound, Richardson. But I believe the foul may be on Kennard. Let me see. Still waiting to see. Taking a while for the official to get the... Yep. Called it on Richardson. A little push in the back, trying to get advantage to grab that basketball, and no shooting. It'll be inbounds to Trinity. Yeah, if the foul is on Varina, then Trinity should get the basketball. Jason Nelson was saying it's our ball, right? Baycott into Boyd. And the Titans will work. 5:30 to go, first quarter, down 6. 11-5, our score. His man kicks it out. Over to Baycott, top of the circle. Armando will try to drive the lane, but will get a foul. Be on Richardson, and for Kennard, that's his second. So he will immediately come out, and Charles Tart will see his first action of the night. Substitution for Varina. In foul trouble is Richardson. Inside Baycott on the baseline. Cross-court pass. Top of the circle. Now into the corner. Wade pass. Almost intercepted. Tart got a hand on it, but his foot was on the line. Nice defense there by Tart. Michael Lomax, 6-foot junior, in right now for Trinity. As Wade will travel. Took a step after the inbounds pass and a turnover to Varina. 11-5, and after kind of a hot start, things are grinding down a little bit as we come up on 3 minutes gone by here in this first quarter. Pinchback will come out. Jordan Hernandez, 6'7" junior, with his first action for Varina. By Trinity in the backcourt, and Varina will bring it in once again. Cross court to Williams, and he'll bring it up, try to beat Tink Boyd. That's not easy to do with Boyd's speed. No, rebound. Hernandez puts in his own miss for 2. And it's 13-5 Varina. Pass tipped midcourt, stolen by Varina. Shot up, no, rebound, tipped it in. First 2 of the night for Jason Wiggins. And we get a foul at half court. It'll be on Hernandez. 4th team foul on Varina. First foul on Hernandez. Hernandez, Williams, Wiggins, Tart, and Jenkins. 5 on the floor right now for Varina with the 15-5 lead. Lomax will check out. Burke Smith, a 6'10" sophomore, will check in. So you got Smith at 6'10" and Baycott working the top of the key at 6'9". Wade to the right wing, back over to Boyd. Into Baycott. He'll drive the lane and we'll get a foul. A reach-in foul, likely on Wiggins. Nope, check that. They're going to say it's on Hernandez, and that's 2 on him. Now there's something Coach Lacey cannot afford, and that's foul trouble in the paint. They get the inbound pass to Baycott. 1 dribble. Steps inside off the glass for 2. And Armando Baycott has all 7 Trinity points right now. 15-7 pass. Intercepted by Trinity underneath. Smith gets it to Boyd. Down court to Coleman. He'll drive the lane. Floater. Good. When it's 15-9. Trinity with the last 4 points here in the last 40 seconds. Midway through quarter number 1. Jenkins works the top, gives it to Tart, left wing. Tart going to get a foul. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Hernandez working on Henry Coleman, and that's his 3rd personal foul. Coach got to get him out of there with 3:48 to go in the first quarter. And he did not get out, so Trinity gets the ball inbounds. Baycott up top, 1 dribble, over to Boyd. Boyd right of the circle to Coleman. Coleman feigned a 3. Back to Boyd. Looking for Wade. Got him. Cross court. Coleman. Now he'll drive. Put it up. No good. Long rebound. Hernandez has it, and he's got to be unbelievably careful right now. With 3 fouls, they haven't been able to get him off the floor yet. Wiggins across the timeline. He'll kick it to Williams. Drive. Kick. Pass. Stolen. Boyd has it. Boyd to Baycott. He's got Coleman if he wants him. Lost it, out of bounds, and it will stay with Trinity. Way by Jenkins. with 3:11 to go first quarter. 15-9, heating up here on what's been a very seasonably comfortable Tuesday in the RVA. Little rain overnight and then a nice day near 60 tomorrow before it turns colder for Thanksgiving. But you'll be inside eating and watching football, right? Okay. Top of the key, it's Baycott. Looking inside, his pass goes off the backboard and taken by Varina on the turnover. Wiggins look, nobody open. Jenkins will drive. Baycott's there. Williams gets the pass, puts up the three, and it's good. That's 8 points for Anthony Williams. Quickly down court, shot blocked. Oh, what a job by Massenberg back into the game. Into the corner, it's Tart. Tart, pass, Jenkins up top. 2:33 in the quarter, 9-point Varina lead. Jenkins, Smith on him, stops, puts up the three, back iron, no. Baycott will grab that board around 3 Blue Devils. He'll lose it, but they'll say last touched by Varina. Good ball to the Titans and a timeout on the floor with 2:22 left in the first quarter. It'll be Trinity basketball when we come out of the timeout. 8 early points for Anthony Williams here at Varina. Again, this is one of the nice things about a night like this. You can treat it as a game, you can prepare for it as a game, but in the end, it won't matter in the standings, and it's a great opportunity for both of these teams to get ready for their season. As we mentioned, Trinity taking off for Atlanta, Georgia, for big tournament action to start their season this weekend. Boyd coming across the timeline out of the timeout, 2:15 in the quarter. Up top to Smith, over to Coleman. Henry for three. In and out, no. Baycott had it, tipped aside. Here comes Wiggins. Down court, Boyd will get a hand on it. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Varina underneath. Jason Nelson, the freshman, back into the game for the Blue Devils. 18-9, 2:06 left first quarter. Trying to get inside, nobody there. Down the baseline, pass tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with Varina, who had snuck in now after the inbounds pass. Couldn't get it to him. Looking inside again, nothing. Wiggins will take it. Wiggins left of the circle, trying to get away from Wade. Stripped from behind by Boyd. Boyd quickly down court to Baycott. Baycott looks, cross-court pass, Wade. He'll hang on to it. Look inside for Smith, who lost it. Jenkins wins the defensive battle. Nelson, the point guard, over to the other point guard, Wiggins, give and go from pinch back, and he couldn't hang on to it, driving down the lane, and it goes out of bounds to Trinity. Pretty look, good opportunity, just couldn't convert. 18-9 with 1:36 left here, first quarter. And it is SRO tonight here at Varina High School for a preseason game. Wait till we get into regular season play. And then the postseason with the new look region tournaments and the state quarters and semis return, and state championships again for the VHSL at the Siegel Center in March. Coleman reverse layup attempt, no. Baycott rebound, and he'll jam it in. Armando Baycott for two. He's got 9 of Trinity's 11. 18-11 with 1:13 to go in the quarter. Williams a pick, over to Jenkins, corner for Tart. Back to Jenkins, up top, they'll reset. Nelson gets the call, back to Jenkins. 1 minute left first quarter. Tart stops, top of the key, jumper short, rebound to Boyd. Quickly down court to Baycott. Has trouble hanging onto it, and he will knock it out of bounds off Tyrese Jenkins. Boy, I tell you, for 6'9", Armando Baycott has some dexterity. That's just one of several reasons why he's one of the most highly sought members of the class of 2019 nationally in recruiting. Inside, Coleman gets it. He'll get it, and a foul with the slam. Henry Coleman for 2, and he'll look to make it 3 as the foul is on Pinchback. That's his first and the team's 7th with 49.3 left first quarter. Jason Wade will check back in. Mario Jackson will sit down. Smith will come have a seat as well. So 4 out of 5 starters in right now for Trinity. Lomax, the lone sub, in for Jackson. And now Armando, I checked that Coleman will go for the three-point opportunity. Traditionally, shot short. Baycott gets the board, puts it up and in. Oh, you got to box him out big time, and it's a 4-point play. 18-15, 40 left in the first. Double team in the backcourt, stolen. Here comes Trinity. Wade down the lane. Up, no good, but a foul. Crowd reacts as Coleman comes in and cleans it up with a slam, but that was well after the whistle. And Varina rapidly getting into foul trouble. Richardson, who we haven't seen in 6 minutes, with 2. Pinchback now with 2. And the sophomore Hernandez with 3. Wade, first free throw off the mark. He'll get another with the Titans down 3 with a little over a half minute to go here in the first quarter. Boyd will come out, and Martin Lomax will check in. So you got Martin and Michael into the game. Second shot short, and we've got a foul on Baycott pushing off, trying to get the rebound. First on Armando, second on the Titans. Varina ball with 33.2 left in the first quarter. Yes, Armando Baycott wearing number 5 tonight, not the 22 he wore last year. That now belongs to Henry Coleman. Double team in the backcourt. Jenkins saves it. Long pass to Nelson, and he can't save it. Got a little wild and woolly and out of control, and the turnover to Trinity. They'll have 25.5 to work at it here in the first quarter. A 3 would tie it up, and that would be a huge victory for the Titans after being down by as many as 9. The final 20 seconds of quarter number 1. Looking inside, pass knocked aside, then the Titans get it back. Coleman with it. Into the lane, Wade for 2. Jason Wade with a nice cut, makes it 18-17. Final seconds, 2 and 1 here tonight on the special edition of the Game of the Week. Varina 18, Episcopal 17. Varina had a huge lead. Trinity, the very experienced defending BISAA Division I champions, did not flinch, did not panic, and they cut it down to 1 on the final play of the first quarter. First quarter in the books, and glad you're with us here on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Rob with them along with you. Again, our first regular season Game of the Week broadcast 2 weeks from tonight. We're live at Chuck Tester Gymnasium in Chester, Virginia at L.C. Byrd High School for top 10 girls basketball action. 3-time defending state champion Monacan coming in to take on L.C. Byrd. Monacan Chiefs, but they're going to be very good this year, fans. And we can't wait for our first look at both of those teams. 2 weeks from tonight, 7 o'clock airtime, only on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel now, and you'll get alerts every time we go live with a Game of the Week broadcast. That's youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Devils looking now right to left across your tablet or mobile device as Jenkins has it up top, looking inside to pinch back, and we'll get a 3-second violation on Simone. And the Titans will have a chance to take their second lead of the night. Baycott hit a 3 to make it 3-0, and then Varina went on an 11-0 run and led by as many as 9 in the first quarter. Quickly down the lane, Tink Boyd flies through the air, and he's going to get charged with the offensive foul. And we'll get a substitution in. They said it was 23, but there is no 23 on the court. for Trinity. That foul was definitely on Boyd on the offensive end, trying to rush to the glass. Nelson double team, cross-court pass, lost, saved. Jenkins up top. Right now, Tyrese Jenkins spinning in the lane, and he'll get 2. That'll calm things down a bit, and a little bit of backcourt pressure now with Lomax and Boyd. Boyd gets the ball across court to Coleman. Coleman, right wing, Jenkins on him. 20-17 our score. Up and in. That's 4 for Jason Wade. 20-19, a minute into the second quarter. Nelson to pinch back. Nelson saying, get away, I'll handle this. The 5'6" freshman. Stops, free throw line. Back iron, no. Rebound, pinch back, it's good. Saban pinch back with the offensive board and 2 off the glass. 22-19 Blue Devils. Boyd across the timeline. Gets it to Wade. He's going to drive. And we'll get a foul. 36 left first half, and Tart will get called for his first personal foul. That's 9 on Varina. So 1-1 coming for Wade as Coleman will check out. Baycott will check back in. You got Michael Lomax, Martin Lomax, Baycott, Boyd, Wade. Your 5 on the floor for the Titans as Jason goes to the line for the 1-1. First shot well off the glass, no good. And the rebound to pinch back. That wasn't even close. 6:30 to go to halftime. Jenkins will bring it across the timeline for Varina. Got a pick set, nothing was there. Nelson, kick it back. Williams, he's been hot. This one off the front iron, no. Tink Boyd skies for the board. Looks for help, won't get it. Triple teamed, turnover. Tart on Baycott, blocked. No match there. Double team, pass to Baycott midcourt. And he'll get it tipped from behind out of bounds by Tart. Good job by Tart to get back defensively. Baycott was trying to find a way to get it to Coleman left side. And Charles came through and just batted the ball out of bounds. God bless you if you're going to go in low and try to win against Baycott. Coleman out. And now both Lomaxes come out. And our first look tonight at Tyler Michael into the game for Trinity. Cross court to Michael. Get it to Baycott, left side. One dribble, picks it up. Cross court pass. Jackson, 3-ball, no. Rebound Nelson, and will get a foul on Jason Wade reaching in after the rebound. 22-19, 5:52 to the half. Boyd, Baycott, Jackson, Wade all have 1 foul apiece. No foul trouble for Varina. For Trinity. For Varina, 2 for Richardson. 2 on pinchback, 3 on Hernandez. Timeout, Varina with the ball. And a 22-19 lead here early in the second quarter. On this Game of the Week special. Hope you're enjoying the action, fans. Kind of whet your appetite for the 2017-18 season, which officially gets underway. Again, for Virginia High School League teams, they can play as early as Monday. And for the VISAA teams, they can get started this weekend, and Trinity Episcopal will. And we'll look up that information so we can let you know where they're going to be down in the ATL this weekend. Spiders finally getting ready to start against number 12, Cincinnati. Of course, our buddy Bob Black on the call over on 107.3 FM. I'll be dialing him up on my way home tonight. Love listening to Bob Black call Spider basketball and football. Out Jenkins at midcourt will inbound it to Nelson. 5:44 clock running left in the first half. Michael will pick up Nelson. Working the play. Tart comes around. Kick it back out to Nelson. Thought about a 3-0 there. Tart top of the key. Boyd is on him. And boy, what a football season Tink Boyd had at wide receiver. Nelson cross court to Tart. He's picked up by Boyd. Gets the screen, works down, loses it. Fight for the ball in the corner. Jenkins will get it. Needs help. Bounce pass inside. Triple teamed and traveled. Jason Williams into the game for Varina, and he just got trapped as the Titans descended on him and gave him no opportunity to lay up off the glass. Good defense there. Wade going to drive left side, kick it out. Jackson cross court to Boyd for three. Back iron, no. Fight for the rebound. Two Blue Devils on it. One gets it. It's Williams. Here he comes, driving down the lane. He'll draw the foul on Michael. Fifth foul on Trinity, and Varina will finally get some free throws here. As Williams, their leading scorer with 8 points, will go to the charity stripe with 4:50 to go. And what's been so far a low-scoring quarter number 2. First free throw is up and good. Williams now with 9 points, and he'll look to make it 10. Jason Wiggins will check back in, replacing Tart. Had that great defensive play to save a fast break transition basket for Trinity earlier in the quarter. And now Williams' second free throw is good. And he's in double figures with 10. Armando Baycott has 11 points to lead all scorers. 24-19 Varina, 4:45 in the half. Wade driving the lane. Oh, he took steps, but they're going to say a foul before that. And it's on Williams. Let me preface that by saying Jason Williams, now in the game for Varina, that's his first. And we're in the double bonus the rest of the way for Wade and the Titans. 4:41 left here first half. Titans down 5. And now 4 is Wade's first free throw. Hits the front rim and goes forward for the point. And he'll get one more. Wade on his way to Old Dominion University next year. Second shot up. And that one will rattle around and go in too. 6 for Wade, 24-21. Full court pressure. Williams breaks it. Pass down to Nelson. Good. With the left hand. Jason Nelson for 2. 26-21 Varina, 4:25 in the half. Coach Lacey calls out the defensive play. Boyd to Wade. Wade working down the lane again. Hangs, shot, no. Got his own rebound, and it's good. The air ball actually worked to his advantage because it came down right to him, and he put it right up off the glass on the redo at 4 minutes to go in the half. It's a 3-point game again, but Varina still ahead. 26-23. Williams to Wiggins, back up top to Jenkins. Williams got Michael on him. Pass across court to Wiggins. Inside, wide open. Shot, no. Rebound in for Jason Williams, his first 2 tonight. And we get a travel. As Michael wanted to pass it cross court to the back court to Boyd. Boyd took off down court, and he shuffled his foot trying to take his pass from behind him to in front of him. And the referee calls the whistle. 5-point game. Varina with the ball up with 3:40 to the half. Jenkins right side. Baycott on him. He'll fall to the floor, but he'll get it over to Jason Williams. Now working. Back over to Jenkins, and we get another travel. One too many steps for Wiggins, trying to get down the court. And Michael will come out, and Burke Smith will check in. Again, the 6'10 sophomore. Biggest loss for Trinity, of course, Zach Jacobs. VISAA State Player of the Year last year, now playing with James Madison University. 3:20 to the half. 5-point Varina lead. Coleman working down the lane. Shot up and good. Nothing but net. Nice aggressive play there by Coleman and a deft touch to finish. 3:05 to the half, 28-25 Varina. Jenkins up top to Williams, right side to Wiggins. Wiggins gets away from Smith. Gets it over. Shot by Williams. Jason Williams is too strong, and this time he can't get his own rebound. Trinity with it. Wade looking down court. Into the corner. Coleman for 3. Comes out to the diminutive Jason Nelson as Baycott couldn't quite get a hand on it. Williams stop and pop three. No. Long rebound in the corner. Boyd will get it. Over to Coleman, and he'll lose it out of bounds in the far right corner. Turnover to Varina. You could tell this is November basketball, fans. There have been some pretty ragged stretches at times, and we're in the middle of one of them. Lots of teachable moments for the two ladies here beside me videoing for either team. 2:22 in the half. Jenkins up top. Gets it to Nelson. Says, go ahead inside, my friend. Wiggins with it. Cross court. Williams. Coleman will come out on him. Not allow the three-pointer. Wiggins in the corner. Up top, Jenkins a long three. That's off the bank and good. And we have a whistle. And I believe we're going to get a foul on Smith. And we do. A three-pointer is good for Jenkins. Then we have a foul on Burke Smith underneath, which means Varina will get the basketball under their own basket, up 6 with 2:06 to the half at 31-25. Wiggins try to get it inbounds. Williams lost it. Baycott gets it. Almost traveled. Wade with it. And Jason will slam it home. And he's got 10 points. 31-27. Trinity down 4. Missed opportunity there for Varina. Baseline. Jason Williams. Jumper is good. With the left hand. And now we get another whistle. This one is going to be, well, they're giving the ball to Trinity, and the basket is counted. Little confusion there. Three-point try, Lomax, in and out, no good. And the rebound to Tart back in the game for Varina, up 6 in the final 90 seconds. Down the lane, kick out, partially tipped. Back in the corner, Williams, 3. Long rebound after the miss. Tart puts it up. Shot no. Rebound Boyd. Looking down court quickly. Wade with it. Double team. Almost split it. Inside. Battle for it. Varina gets it and then loses it. Down to Baycott. All alone for the slam. Did I say ragged play? That's about as ragged as it gets, fans. Trinity, the beneficiary. Final minute first half at 33-29. And I suspect the Blue Devils will, I don't know if they'll hold for the last shot or not, but they're certainly going to want a good shot. And that's a bad pass by a freshman. And we're going to get a foul on Wade. He's going to bail out Varina, trying to get the steal. Had it briefly, lost it, and then pushed a Varina player trying to reclaim it. Second foul on Wade. He's the only Titan with 2 fouls. Out. John Godfrey in for the first time tonight. Time remaining 43.1 in the half at 33-29. Blue Devils at the line, leading scorer Anthony Williams. First free throw is good. He's got 11 points to lead the Blue Devils. 8 for Tyrese Jenkins. Second shot coming. It's up. It's good. Final 43 seconds of the quarter. We're going to get full court pressure by Varina. Ball tipped, stolen. Tart's got it. Varina ball. Long 3 by Nelson. Holy cow. No good. Baycott with the board, and now a tie-up. Jason Wiggins not afraid to tie it up with Baycott as he gets the hands on the ball at the waist. Forces the jump ball possession arrow to Trinity in a 6-point game. Final 33 seconds of the first half. They break the pressure. Quickly to Coleman. Coleman to Baycott. Blocked! Holy cow! Wiggins out of nowhere blocks it into the corner. Back to Wiggins. Loses it inside. Puts it up wildly. No good. Wade down court. Coleman, it's good. 8 for Coleman, 10 left in the half. It's a 4-point lead for Varina. They'll have the lead at the half, but it could have been bigger. Final 3 seconds. Kick out. Tart. Shot. No good. And we go to halftime. It's not been the prettiest 16 minutes of basketball you'll ever see, but it has been a whole lot of fun. Our special benefit preseason game of the week has come to halftime with Varina leading Trinity Episcopal 35-31. Fans will have a 10-minute intermission. We're going to take a quick break, grab a glass of water. Come back, we'll talk about what happened in the first half. We'll preview our Twitter coverage of region football coming up Friday night and Saturday afternoon. And also preview our Game of the Week broadcast schedule. That's all still to come on the halftime report. The score, the lead to Varina. Week basketball special exclusively on the RVA Sports Network.
Sheehy Ford of Ashland, with the largest inventory of Fords in the Mid-Atlantic, says fall head-over deals. Up to 40% off MSRP or 0% financing for up to 72 months. Sheehy is proud to present its Military Appreciation Program with savings and additional discounts for active duty, military reserve, retired military, dependent families, and now law enforcement. It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1 just south of Ashland. Online at SheehyFordAshland.com.
Wood and West Incorporated has been serving the Richmond and surrounding areas since 1923, offering the finest in home heating oil and propane gas. They also offer professional service and installation of standby generators, tankless water heaters, gas logs, and gas or oil furnaces. Call them today for all of your heating needs at 355-1721. That's 355-1721. Massey Wood and West.
Back with you, fans, here live on the Game of the Week. Rob with them along with you. Glad you are with us on this beautiful Tuesday night outside. A little bit of rain coming in overnight, and then a nice Wednesday, and temperatures seasonable tomorrow, about 60, and then it's going to turn cooler for the holiday on Thursday. And then after that, fans, I know it's traditionally Black Friday, but those of us who are basketball fans, we're more interested in, and football fans, I should say, we're more interested in what happens on Friday night than the sales at 5 a.m. on Friday morning. It is regional championship weekend in the new Virginia High School League format. It used to be that you played for a region title in the state semis. That's back when there were 2 regions per classification. Well, now with the conferences gone, there are 4 regions per classification. So we've got regional championships this weekend. State semis, the Region B champions will take on the Region A champions, and C and D will be on the other side of the bracket in all 6 classes. And then the state championships on Saturday, December 9th. Here's what we're looking at. We'll be live at Chester Fritz Stadium Friday night for live Twitter coverage as number 2 Highland Springs tries to stay alive for a 3rd straight state championship at number 1 Hermitage. 2 years ago, they played a classic on a Saturday at Highland Springs, with the Springers winning 42-35. They played opening night back on August 25th. A Mateo Jackson interception in the end zone sealed a 14-9 win for Hermitage over Highland Springs. Highland Springs hasn't lost since that night. They're 11-1, winners of 11 straight and winners of 12 straight postseason games. So we will be live on Twitter at Henrico Sports. That's on Henrico Sports Friday night. Coverage will begin after 6:30. And our Sep Shirey will be live on the field, bringing you video updates and reports to Hermitage. So we'll have you covered high in the sky and on the field. The RVA Sports Network live at Hermitage High School for the Region Beach Championship Friday night. It's on Twitter at Henrico Sports. And, of course, we'll retweet all the action on the RVA Sports Net. On Chesterfield Sports Friday night, we'll have live tweet coverage as number 1 Colonial Forge hosts number 2 Manchester for the Region 6B Championship. That 2 at 7 o'clock start in Stafford County. So Lancer fans, dial it in on Twitter at Chesterfield Sports for updates throughout the night. It's net on Friday night. Live updates from Region 4B's title tilt. 12-0 Louisa at 12-0 Dinwiddie. Looking forward to that one. That should be a phenomenal matchup. And if my buddy Tim Beard can get Twitter reports out from Navy Nation, that sometimes when there's a lot of people down there, they have a very hard time with data and being able to get enough broadband to get everybody's tweets out. We had that problem last year, Thanksgiving Friday night with that Lake Taylor game. So hopefully it won't be a problem this Friday night. Louisa Dinwiddie, updates on that one coming up on the RVA Sportsnet Friday night at 7, as will be updates from the Goochland Blue Devils. I've got the Goochland Bulldogs as they take on Poquoson in a 1-2 battle for the Region 2A Championship. Again, all 4 of those games are 7 o'clock kickoffs on Friday night. And then Saturday, 2 more region finals. The Region 3A final, York hosting Hopewell. The Region 1A final, a rematch of Essex only loss of the season. They lost to Sussex Central at the start of the year, and they haven't lost since, just like Highland Springs. They're 11-1, winners of 11 straight, and they'll try to avenge that loss, just like Highland Springs will try, on Friday night in the Region 1A final. On Saturday for Essex, and that will be, of course, also on the RVA Sports Net on Twitter. So thank you so much, everybody who has come and joined us and followed us on Twitter throughout the 2017 football season. Stay with us for hyper-local coverage all basketball season long. And we don't do just football and basketball. We do all schools and all sports. We cover wrestling. We cover gymnastics. We cover swimming. Huge debut Chesterfield County swimming meet coming up a week from tonight at Swim RVA as those schools become VHSL recognized this year, and congratulations to them. Big first meet at Swim RVA a week from tonight, November 28th. Wherever you are, follow your favorite team. You can follow Hanover County Schools and Randolph-Macon College at Hanover Sports, Henrico County teams at Henrico Sports, such as tonight's game with Varina. You can follow Chesterfield County Schools as well as Virginia State University on Chesterfield Sports. And for the city of Richmond, the Tri-Cities surrounding counties, private school action, and all sports outside of the high school realm. We got you covered from college to NASCAR and more, plus traffic, weather, and whatever you're talking about. Our main Twitter feed is at the RVA Sports Net. That's the RVA Sports Net. And a quick reminder, our debut top 10 polls for 2017-18 for boys and girls basketball. They will release on Sunday on the return of the Central Region Now podcast. That will drop on Sunday afternoon, exclusively from RVA Sports Network. And we certainly are seeing 2 of the top 10 boys teams in this area here tonight. So first top 10 polls for both boys and girls basketball. Debut coming up Sunday when we drop Central Region Now. The exclusive podcast of the RVA Sports Network goes back to our Sunday schedule for the rest of the school year. That's through winter sports and spring sports from now through June. That's this Sunday, November the 26th. We will drop the podcast on Sunday. You'll get the first look at the top 10 polls of 2017-18. And then later Sunday evening, we will post them live at RVASportsNetwork.com. And, of course, that's where you can find our complete Game of the Week broadcast schedule, RVASportsNetwork.com. Next broadcast 2 weeks from tonight, top 10 girls basketball action from L. Seabird High School. It'll be the Lady Skyhawks taking on the 3-time defending champion Monacan Chiefs. And a new look for Monacan this year. Abby Ogich is back as a senior, and she's going to lead some young stallions into play. Monacan's going to be fun to watch this year. It may be a transition year, but they're still going to be in the mix all year long. Monacan L. Seabird, 2 weeks from tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, only on our YouTube channel. Subscribe now at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. We don't spam you. We don't bug you. Every time we go live with an RVA Sports Network Game of the Week broadcast. Second half about to get started. Varina trying to hold on to the 4-point lead, a lead that they've held ever since it became 5-3 in the first quarter. Baycott hit a 3 to start the night. Then Varina went on an 11-0 run, and they've had the lead ever since. It's been nip and tuck. Varina stretched it out a couple of times, and they get the basketball to start the second half, up by 4. Rob Witham along with you, live from Varina High School. Blue Devils moving left to right to start the half. Pinchback up top, finds Nelson. Back over to Williams, and he'll take a step before hitting the 3. Turnover to Trinity, and Coach Lacey just kind of puts his head in his hands and says, man, oh, why the stutter step? Lost opportunity there. And again, Varina should have had a bigger lead at the half, fans, than 4 points. Wade, cross court, dangerous to Boyd. Boyd able to handle it. Right side to Wade. He'll dribble, drive, and draw the foul. Foul's going to be on Williams, and that'll be his first. Again, Richardson and Pinchback with 3 fouls for Hernandez. Some post-play foul issues in half number 1. They get it into Baycott. He'll spin in the lane, put it up, back iron, no. Got his own rebound, up, and fouled. And I believe it'll be Pinchback from behind, and if so, that's his third. Hard to tangle with Armando Baycott. Year as 6'10", and of course he's only a junior. And he'll step to the line to shoot 32 seconds into the second half. First shot is up. And back iron, no good. He'll get one more. Duke has visited. North Carolina has visited. Tons of top schools are looking at this young man. His second free throw attempt is up and good. And he's got 14 points. Oh, almost a turnover there in the backcourt by Varina. Get the basketball to Richardson, who was out with foul trouble most of the half. Bad pass, tipped. Varina hangs on to it. Williams drives the lane. Shot blocked. And all alone down court, Baycott for 2. Armando slams it home a minute into the third quarter, and it's a 1-point game, 35-34. Nelson to Richardson, driving the lane, puts it up, rims around out, no good. Rebound comes out to Wade at 30 feet. Jason looking to drive. Bounce pass, Coleman puts it in for 2, and the Titans take their first lead since it was 3-0. 35, 6:38 to go in the third. Richardson tried to get around Jackson, couldn't. Steal, and then Wade commits a double dribble. Coach Hamlin pleading his case underneath us. Jason Wade, same thing. He's like, can I get an explanation? Now Coach Hamlin with words for Jason. We've followed Jason since his freshman year at Hanover back in 2013-14. His older brother as well. Blue Devils now working down 1 here early in the third. 6:25 to go. Richardson to Williams, eludes his man, hangs in the lane, shot short. Baycott almost elbows his own man out of the way. Jackson better get out of there. Baycott top of the circle now. Cutting inside Jackson, reverse layup, no. Jenkins with the board. Nelson around Coleman, floater. Back iron, no. Rebound, Baycott wants to throw a cross-court pass, can't. And this ball is taken by Varina, shot blocked by Baycott. Battles forward at midcourt, gets it. Into the corner for Coleman. Trinity up 1. We've gone up another level, fans, and this is just preseason. Baycott top of the circle, looking for a cutter. Pinch back on him with 3 personal fouls. One dribble, picks it up. Coleman right wing. Jenkins is on him. Wade in the corner. Henry will back it up. 5:25 in the third. Boyd will come out in the point and say, let's reset. Tink with the ball. Nelson on him. Over to Coleman, right side. Coleman cross court to Jackson. Jackson working and traveling. Trying to get around Anthony Williams and commits the travel and the turnover to Varina, down 1 with a 5:15 left third quarter. It's a February feel on a November night here at Varina High School. Richardson with the ball right wing, kicks it up top to Jenkins, back to Richardson. Jackson on him. Bounce pass up top. That's Nelson, the freshman. Over to Jenkins, left side. Wade picks him up, man-to-man. Drive. Lost the ball. Got it back, Richardson did. Left drive, side, puts it up, foul. It'll either be on Jackson or Baycott. Let's see who. They'll charge it to Jackson. That is Mario's second foul. Wade and Jackson have 2 personals. Jackson will come out. Burke Smith will come in at the next whistle. They tried to do it now, and the official said, no, can't do it yet. 4:50 left in the third, and Richardson, who has not scored tonight due to his foul trouble early on, is at the line. First shot, good. We're tied at 36. Our first tweet coverage of high school basketball next Monday night, live in Louisa. Girls basketball action. Patrick Henry takes on the Lions. Live coverage on Hanover Sports Monday night. Second shot well short. Long rebound. Baycott will get it to Jason Wade, who'll walk it across the timeline. 36-36, 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Jason spins in the lane, puts it up wildly, no good. Rebound, Baycott has it and lays it in. And we'll have an official's timeout as we've got a Blue Devil down here. Holding his eye, it might be Jenkins. Nope, check that, it's Richardson. To make sure he's okay. He may come to the bench, and he will, as Tart will check in for him. 38-36, Trinity with the 2-point lead at 4:31 to go, third quarter. On this game of the week special, a benefit game tonight, which is still officially a scrimmage. This is a preseason game. Jenkins, top of the key, over to Tart. Boyd will pick up him. Bounce pass to Williams. Across to Nelson. Stretching out this offense on this possession. 4:10 to go in the third. Nelson left wing, Tart, bounce pass corner. They'll cross court. Wade tries to steal it, can't. Williams wide open for 3. Good. From the corner, Anthony Williams for 3. And Varina back up 1. Boyd splits the defense to Baycott baseline, working on Jenkins. It's good. 7 in the quarter, 20 in the game for Armando Baycott. 40-39 Titans, 3:40 in the third. Williams with it. He'll launch another 3. Good! Anthony Williams back-to-back 3s, and it's a 2-point Varina lead, 42-40. 3:30 in the third. Baycott top of the circle. Kick it out to Wade, wide open for 3. Air ball, but Baycott's there. Shot no off the rim. Rebound number 2 puts it up and in. Make it 9 for Baycott in the quarter and 22 in the game. We're tied at 42. Back in the quarter, Williams. Can he do it again? No. Baycott easy board. Outlet to Coleman. Coleman drives. Puts it up. Partially blocked, and we get a foul. Henry Coleman to the free throw line. That foul's going to go on Nelson, the freshman, his first. They said he grabbed the body underneath at 3:02 to go here in the third quarter. 42-42, and Henry Coleman to the line. First shot is up and short. So one more for Coleman, who has 10 tonight. all of the two-point variety from the field. He's yet to hit a free throw. He'll try to rectify that and give the Titans a 1-point lead. That's up, and that's good. Coleman's got 11. It's 43-42 Trinity Episcopal. Final 3 minutes, third quarter. Wiggins back in for Varina. Walks it across. Varina taking their time right now. Bounce pass, and then right back to Wiggins from Richardson at the key. Wiggins working. Gets to the lane. Needs some help. Triple teamed and traveled. Yeah, he got trapped. Needed an outlet. Couldn't find it as 3 Titans descend upon him. Some pressure by Varina. Almost a steal from Tart. Boyd gets it across the timeline to Baycott. He'll spin, drive, lose it, get it back, and put it in. 45-42. This is Trinity's biggest lead tonight. 3 points. 2:22 in the quarter. Williams left side this time with Wade working on him. Over to Tart. Tart right wing. Boyd on him. A bit of a man zone here. Trying to break it. Richardson spins, puts it up. No. Rebound. Bounces off of Smith over to Armando, and he'll pick it up. Flash it over to Jason Wade. 2 minutes left in the third. Wade kick out. Coleman. Up top, Baycott. Looking inside, nothing there. Coleman right wing looking in. Wade trying to post, nothing there. Whip it around to Boyd, and they'll reset it. 1:50 to go. Tons of screens. Smith gets open. He'll put up a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Varina. They got Williams down court. Bounce pass. Lane all alone and good. Timeout, Varina. So Kennard Richardson with his first field goal tonight. And a timeout, Blue Devils. Down 45-44 to the Titans here late third quarter. Again, next game of the week, it'll count 2 weeks from tonight, fans. Top 10 girls basketball action. Monacan at LC Bird. We go live at 7 Eastern. Channel. Embedded players always available for our game of the week broadcast at the top of RVA Sports Network.com. And, of course, we tweet out links as well. And the easiest way, fans, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get a notification every time we go live at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Out of the timeout, Varina took after the basket from Richardson. They're down 1. They set up the full court press. Long pass. Coleman there to get into the front court. Spins, puts it up. Oh, and a foul. And Blue Devil fans don't like that call. They thought that the young man, Hernandez, the sophomore, went straight up. 4th personal foul on Hernandez. And 2 shots coming for Henry Coleman. And the fans are in February form tonight, too. First shot up and good. Coleman will get one more. And the lead is 2. Again, Titans' biggest lead tonight, 3. Henry Seward in for the first time tonight for the Titans. 1:24 left in the third. 46-44. Coleman, the shot is up. 47-44. 13 points for Henry Coleman. With the ball, 1:20 left in the third. Wiggins at the point. Tart will drive the lane, dump it off to Pinchback, and get the foul. And that's going to be 3 on Jason Wade. So the first significant foul trouble of the night for the Titans belongs to the ODU-bound senior. He's got 3 with 1:12 to go in the third. And Pinchback will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 and try to cut it back down to a 1-point game. First shot short. And Saman will get one more to try to make it a 2-point game. It's 47-44 Trinity Episcopal. And you've missed a good one here, even though it's preseason. As we mentioned earlier, it's had a February feel to it. Second shot, good. Pinchback only has 3 tonight. That's his first point at the free throw line. 1:08 to go. They break the press. Seward looking for Baycott. He gets it top of the key. Now he'll drive and will get a foul. It'll be ruled before the shot. And they'll put it on Wiggins. And for Jason, his first. Or are they calling it on Pinchback? I just saw a 3. I didn't see a 23. They've put it up on Pinchback on the board, fans. We'll have to check on that. 1 minute to go in the quarter. Pass inside, knocked away. But Baycott gets it back. Now we get a touch foul on Williams, his second. I didn't think Pinchback was anywhere close to that last play, but he gets the foul, and it'll be his 4th personal. 4 on Pinchback, 4 on Hernandez, and that could spell big trouble for Varina down the stretch. Trinity's going to want to work it inside, trying to find Baycott. They got him. Jenkins is on him. Right baseline. Works, and a foul as Jenkins kind of threw an elbow there. You can't take any part of your body and thrust it toward the guy you're defending. They're gonna call it every time. Now they've drawn an official to come over and look at something. And again, I tell you, fans, I just not sure how Pinchback got called for that foul. Wiggins was definitely in the vicinity. So we'll stop play with 47.2 to go in the third quarter. They're saying this is the 7th team foul on Varina, thus we're going to get the 1-and-1 for Baycott. And if he hits both, the Titans will have their biggest lead tonight. Martin Lomax is in. Seward will check out. Wade with 3 fouls will check out. Michael Lomax will too. Michael is a junior. Martin is a sophomore. Baycott's first shot, no good, and the rebound to Richardson. Varina can take the lead with a tray. 45 left in the quarter. Wiggins hands it off to Richardson. Working on Boyd. Up top. Wiggins tries to drive the lane. He's blocked by Baycott. Williams in the corner. Cross-court pass hung up in the net, but Richardson gets it. He'll go up. He's blocked by Baycott. Armando denies twice. Boyd, cross-court, Coleman. No! Fight for the ball, and out of bounds at 12 seconds to go is Anthony Williams. Titans can't believe there wasn't a foul called on the Coleman dunk attempt. Wade will come in. Smith will come in for the final 12 seconds. Lomax checks out. Both of them do. Both Michael and Martin. 2-point Trinity lead. Varina ball. And we've got some confusion here. That should have been Trinity's basketball. That was not Varina's ball. They lost it trying to save it. And they'll get this straight, and Trinity will hand it in at 12 seconds left. They got the clock back straight. We all need preseason, fans. Final 10 seconds. Wade with the ball. Pushes left on Jenkins. Up, blocked from behind. Baycott fights for it, can't get it. 2, bounce pass kicked by Coleman with 0.8 of a second to go. That was unbelievably on purpose, but at that point, why wouldn't you? They're going to reset the clock and add just a bit of time to it at 1.2. So 1.2 left here in the third. Will they get a shot off? Williams at 3. Rims out, no good. And Trinity will take the lead after 3. It is 47-45. Fans, once again, next Game of the Week broadcast counts as the regular season gets underway. And 2 weeks from tonight, December 5th, we'll be live in Chester. 3-time defending state champion Monacan taking on L.C. Bird in girls basketball action. It's 7 Eastern. Again, all of our RVA Sports Network basketball broadcasts live on our YouTube channel. 20th, third place in championship games from the Lady Cavs Holiday Classic at Caroline High School as our Holiday Feast of Hoops 2017 gets underway. And then the week between Christmas and New Year's, we will bring you 10, count them, 10 live basketball games. First 4 games of the first round of the Henrico Holiday Hoops Tournament, December 27th. The third place in championship games, girls and boys, at the Southerner Classic at Lee Davis on the 28th. And then on Friday the 29th, we wrap up the calendar year with the third place in championship games from Henrico Holiday Hoops 2017. Subscribe to our YouTube channel now, and while you're out of town for the holidays, you'll never miss an RVA Sports Network live broadcast. You'll get an alert every time we go live. Subscribe at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Rob Witham along with you. Great to be a part of this atmosphere tonight, and we've had a good one, albeit a bit ragged at times. That's why you play a couple of scrimmages before you start the season. Trinity ball to start the final quarter, and it's stolen. Lost by Wade, double team, and we're going to get, is that a foul or a double dribble? That's a foul on Coleman. Coleman and Wade were both kind of descending on Nelson after the, really was more of a turnover than it was a steal. Varina with the ball 11 seconds into the final quarter. Jenkins over to Richardson, looking up top, one bounce and gets it to Nelson. Nelson around to Wiggins. He's going to try to drive around Baycott, puts it up way too strong, anticipating Armando behind him, and an easy rebound for Trinity. Baycott doesn't even have to be under the basket, and he redirects shots in a way few high school basketball players have ever done it in this area. Moses Malone was one of them. Baycott top of the key this time, looking for Coleman down low, not there. One dribble, kicks it back out to Tink Boyd. They reset 45 into the final quarter. Wade back across to Boyd. Point lead. Over to Smith, turns around at the free throw line, and that's good. First 2 tonight for Burke Smith, the 6'10 sophomore. His maturation grows this season. They'll be looking for a replacement for Zach Jacobs. Pass stolen by Wade, top of the key. Jason looking to go coast to coast. He loses it, but Baycott gets it, and he'll get called for steps. Wade wants a foul, doesn't get it. Baycott shuffles, and the turnover back to Varina. Jason Williams back in the game, replacing Wiggins. It's Richardson, Williams, Anthony Williams, Jason Nelson, Tyrese Jenkins. You're 5 on the floor for Varina. Down 4, 6:40 to go in regulation. Williams, the bounce pass left side back up to Nelson. Nelson right side to Richardson. Bounce pass into Jenkins. Jenkins will kick out right side. Pick up the dribble, nothing there. Richardson will drive, put it up, foul. And that's where Baycott knows how to defend, and Smith is still learning. Foul on Smith, his second. And Richardson will stop the clock and get a shot at 2 points here with 2 free throws at 6:24 to go. 49-45, Varina down 4. First shot is good. Richardson's points tonight have come in the second half as he had very early foul trouble in the first, and we saw little of him after the first few minutes of action. 49-46, second free throw is up, and that's good. 49-47 the score, and some pressure back court. They find Smith at midcourt, over to Baycott, one dribble to Coleman. Coleman blocked. Blocked by Jason Williams. He stepped on the out-of-bounds line trying to save it. So Trinity will get the ball, but man, Varina's defense has made 3 fantastic blocks. That one being the third. Back into Baycott, top of the circle, looking for Wade in the paint. Nothing there. Back out to Boyd. 6:05 in regulation. Titans up 2 with the basketball. Wade, the pick from Baycott, driving, spinning, up, good. Jason Wade for 2, and it's 51-47, Trinity Episcopal. Left side, Richardson with the ball. Corner for Williams. Back to Richardson. Pops it to Jenkins. He'll back out. Back to Anthony Williams. Bounce pass to Nelson. They'll reset. Ready to go. Driving. Kick out. And now driving into Nelson. And Baycott will slam that one away right to Jason Wade, who will finger roll it for 2. The young man Nelson's had an impressive showing as a freshman, but he'll learn early not to get near Baycott. Three-pointer Jenkins is no good. Long rebound to Williams. He'll kick it out to Nelson. Nelson in the corner, Jenkins with it. Smith on him. One pass over to Nelson, and they'll reset. 6-point game. Shot no good. In fact, so high it hits the equipment, the apparatus that holds the ball, and that's because Baycott was in the way. Jenkins out. Tart in. 5:04 left. Trinity ball up 6. Boyd will check out. And Tyler Michael will check in. Blue Devils have learned tonight what a lot of teams learned last year in the championship run of Trinity Episcopal. And that is not to try to put it up on Baycott, who will run the floor, get the bounce pass from Wade, and slam it home. And now some separation is beginning. 4:50 to go in regulation, and Varina with the ball, but down 8. Biggest lead tonight for the Titans. Tart to Williams, left side to Nelson. Cross-court pass, Tart with it. Back to Nelson. He'll dribble drive. Ball stolen by Wade. Jason looking for coast-to-coast again, and he'll get fouled. That'll be on Anthony Williams, and it'll be his 3rd with 4:34 to go. Wade to the line. And if he hits 2, we'll have a 10-point game for the first time tonight for Trinity Episcopal. Wade, first shot. Good. 15 tonight for Wade. Jason Williams checks out. Jordan Hernandez checks in with 4 fouls, and Wade will look at here to make it 16 points. Second free throw. Get a foul. And it's going to be on Hernandez trying to get the rebound. And if it's on him, that's his 5th. Must not be on him because they're not asking him to come into the game. Okay, I see what it was. It was a violation on 25, not a foul. So Wade gets a second shot at the free throw, and that one he makes. So the violation in the lane, second free throw good, 10-point lead for Trinity. Williams left corner, nothing there. Bounce pass inside, and good. Finally able to find somebody inside and not have it get blocked by Armando Baycott. Hernandez with 4 points, 57-49, 4:10 to go. Smith all alone, and he travels in the right corner. All alone. And he shuffled a step. 4:10 to go. Blue Devil ball down 8. Oh, we'll see these teams again, not against each other for a while, but we'll see these teams along the road this year to state championships in March, I am sure. Tart up top, pinch back with it, bounce pass in the lane, shot up and gets the kind roll for Hernandez. He's got 6. 57-51, double team backcourt. Coleman saves, cross court to Smith, and he can't handle it. Out of bounds to Varina, and now some John. Oh, man. We're going to have a discussion here. Yeah, the young man, Burke Smith of Trinity Episcopal, has got to learn to keep his composure. Henry Coleman pulling him by his jersey saying, shut up. And Coach Hamlin's bringing him over right now, saying, calm down, young man, calm down. And Varina will get the basketball. And he's not getting the message. And Coach Hamlin has to forcibly sit him down, and he's talking to him right now, giving him an earful. You're up 6. Why are you trying to fire up the crowd? Inside for 2. Tart with the nice look down low. 4-point game, and Jason Wade will get called for the charge. And now Wade throws a punch, and now we got problems. Oh, God, here we go. They need to get everybody off right now. They need to get them off the court right now. Trinity has done a nice job staying on the bench. Varina has not. Their entire team went flying. And fans, that might be it for our game tonight. With 3:20 to go in regulation, we may not play the final 3:20. Wade was called for the charge, and rightfully so. Pinchback it was, I believe, who took it. And he's coming up favoring his right arm. With 3:20 to go in the game. They've put both teams at their benches. All 3 of the officials are talking on the other side of the court. RMC staff out on the court. To say we have a stoppage of action. Jason was upended, but he was the guilty party on the charge. And then on the floor, I saw his right arm go down as if to throw a punch on it. I believe it was Pinchback, because he's the one who got the brunt of it and ended up on the floor. Now we've got some of the officials from the JV game tonight out here who are still here. The lead official from that game is here. And now they're just talking to decide whether they even want to try to finish this or not. And I'll be honest with you, it may be a better idea to let this be good night, because you can't win, you can't lose. It's a preseason game. Simple as that. And if it ratchets it up one more notch, we could have a very serious situation here. Continuing to talk. Assistants are talking to Varina. Head coach Andrew Lacey's out on the court waiting to hear word. Coach Hamlin now talking to one of the assistants. And we're just determining right now what the best course of action will be, fans, with 3:20 to go. And this is a very long conversation, which leads me to believe that they want to try to finish this game. Because if they didn't, I think they would have already called it and asked the fans to begin to clear the gym. All right. One official's coming to Coach Hamlin. One official's coming to Coach Lacey. He wants both head coaches. All right, one's getting Hamlin, and now they're all coming together here at courtside. They're explaining the situation to the coaches as they have handled it and hashed it out. It looks to me as if they are trying to sort it out so that the game can continue. If Wade indeed threw the punch, and if he was seen doing that, I would imagine we'd have an ejection. Remember earlier tonight we talked about a February feel? This is not what we were looking for. Head official talking to Coach Lacey now. Coach Hamlin is still there. PA announcer is beside them to see what needs to be discussed or said to the crowd. Crowd is getting antsy, and that's not a good thing. They need to figure this out or shut it down, one of the two. Former Atlee head coach Phil Reynolds, who's now an assistant here at Varina, talking to some of the other assistants. They're double checking on Pinchback over here on the Varina sideline. And again, the RMC officials are out here. Henrico County Police were right on the scene to make sure that things did not get out of control. And I'll be honest with you, fans, if it were me in this situation, I would say we pull the plug. Simply because if you restart play and something else happens, this is a preseason game. You don't need anybody to get hurt. And we came dangerously close to a very bad situation after the charge was called. It did not help matters after Smith was taunting a Varina player after he lost the ball on a turnover, started pointing his finger at a Blue Devil on the other side of the court, and he'll learn immediately that you just don't do that. We've got one of the head officials coming in that I believe he worked the JV team, and it's a team here, 6 officials, 3 who worked the first game, 3 working now. And I think we've got one right now who's saying, you know what, we need to just forget it. Now the officials are coming over, and Varina Athletic Director Kevin Adams is involved, and rightfully so. We're done. And we are done here tonight, unfortunately. So the game is called. That is not going to sit well with fans. All right, let's try to figure this one out, fans. 57-53, Trinity led at the time the game was called, and they are now asking all fans to immediately leave the gym. So, fans, the best way that we can describe to you what has just happened here, unfortunately, it sadly reminds me of what happened with Henrico and Hermitage to start the year a couple of years ago. I think it was 2 seasons ago, where there were some fisticuffs involved and the game had to be called, and they ended up playing each other in the postseason. And cooler heads prevailed and everything was fine. This is a shame, fans. This is a shame. Just to recap for you, really the events began. Varina was down 6. Trinity tried a cross-court pass to get it down court out of the pressure defense. It went over the head of Burke Smith, out of bounds back to Varina. Smith then started jawing with one of the Varina defenders and pointed his finger at him. That did not set well with the Varina fans, obviously. Coach Hamlin immediately called him to the bench and gave him the once-over and sat him down because he was still trying to egg him on before he sat down at the bench. Then Varina had the possession, lost it. Trinity got it. Wade, who had already gone coast to coast a moment ago earlier, he tried to go, but that time Pinchback, I believe it was, who was there, got the charge. Charge was called, and then the next thing I saw was a right arm going down. And once that happened, the Varina bench emptied. The Trinity bench stayed put. There was a Henrico County police officer there. He immediately came in. I believe A.D. Adams was right in that area. He came in. Obviously, the refs came in. Assistant coaches came flying off the bench to get the Blue Devils off the court. The Titans, again, did a pretty good job of just staying off the court. Now, again, fans, this is a situation to where tonight's game is not a regular season game. It was a benefit game. And let me quickly explain what that is. A benefit game is when you can take a preseason game and you can create it a game simulation. If you do a scrimmage, there are different ways to do scrimmages, and different teams do it different ways. Sometimes you have 5 quarters. Sometimes you have simulated time remainings, things like that. So that's one situation that you can use. Or if you choose to do the benefit game, a third of the ticket costs go to the home school. A third of the ticket costs goes to the visiting school. a third of the ticket cost goes to Virginia High School League. So the VHSL allows this to happen in all sports. You can do benefit games in pretty much every VHSL sport. The advantage for the schools is that it gives you a chance to simulate a game prior to the season. Happen at different other times. They don't have to be preseason scrimmages turned into benefit games. And everything was great until that final sequence with 3:20 to go. And so, unfortunately, fans, that's how we're going to have to put it into our game of the week here on this Tuesday night prior to the start of the season. Varina led. It was 3-0 Trinity on a Baycott three-pointer. Varina took an 11-0 run, made it an 11-3 lead. They led by 4 at the half. They trailed by as many as 10 here in the fourth quarter before cutting it to 4. Wade going down the lane, getting called for the charge. And then after what looked like, and again, fans, this is just my sight and my remembrance, looking down at the aftermath as soon as the whistle was flown, you got to remember this. Wade awkwardly fell down, very awkwardly. His left leg was high up in the air as he was going down, basically chest face first on top of the Varina player. But what unfortunately I believe sealed everything was I am sure that I saw a punch go down. It was a very short one. It wasn't a haymaker. It wasn't a big one. It was a very short jab type, but you can't do that. You just can't do that. And that sent the Varina players flying to the court. It sent the 2 police officers who happened to be in that corner flying onto the court. Officials, obviously, and they got everybody in and clear. They got Varina's team back on their bench. Then the referees, first the 3 assigned to the game, then the 6 who were there for both games here tonight. They came out, had a long conversation, talked to both Coach Rick Hamlin and Coach Andrew Lacey, and then the head official who worked the JV game, and I believe he's the head of this group that came out for this tonight, he came out after a long conversation and just started taking his hand and crossing his throat as if to say, hey, guys, we're done here. And I believe that was absolutely the right call to make. There's no reason to attempt to restart play in a charged atmosphere with a charged crowd with 3:20 to go in a meaningless game. This will never be in the record. If you won tonight, big deal. If you lost tonight, big deal. It's preseason. And God forbid something would happen to a player in a subsequent play that would, A, cause an injury, and then B, even worse, cause a situation to where things could really get out of control. And for a brief moment, I'm up high here on the upstairs on the scorer's table side of the court here tonight. But it did not look good for a brief second there. Did not look good for a brief second. So we got a couple of fans sending us updates about what has happened, and we are aware of that because we are here live. And fans, not the way we hoped that tonight would come to an end, but it has. At 3:20 to go in the game, Trinity was up 57-53 when the charge call was made. The punch was thrown. The bench for Varina emptied. The Titans, as we mentioned, pretty much stayed on the bench. Coaches came out to make sure of that. And the Varina assistants went flying out on the court to get their guys back off the floor as soon as humanly possible because they understand what the consequences are. Now, fans, it is preseason. It's VHSL versus VISAA, but there certainly could be ramifications and repercussions based on what has happened here tonight. If there are any and we are able to figure them out or find them out, we will let you know. They are starting to turn out even more lights here to not urge people, but essentially order them to get out of here. And we're going to help them by getting off the air here in just a moment. Quickly, Trinity is scheduled to begin play on Friday night at the Hoops Giving Invitational in Atlanta. 6:45 is their first game against Mount Verde Academy. And then they're going to play the University School on Saturday at 6:15 p.m. So Trinity's season is scheduled to start in 72 hours. Varina's season can't start until the earliest Monday, and that, of course, is because Virginia High School League regular season basketball does not begin until Monday the 27th, the public schools. And their first game is scheduled. All right. Don't see it there. Looking really fast, fans, so that we can let you know at least when they are scheduled to play. They're supposed to go to Patrick Henry on December 5th, 2 weeks from tonight. They do not have currently a game scheduled according to what is online for the first week of the regular season. And we're going to just double check that and make sure. And then, fans, we're going to heed the call and say goodnight as well. So Trinity at the Hoopsgiving Invitational in Atlanta beginning on Friday. Varina has another scrimmage scheduled for this Saturday with both James Monroe and James River, and their opener is December 5th at Patrick Henry. So, fans, I'm afraid that's it for tonight. It certainly did not end the way we wanted it to, and we are glad that it ended up being not as bad as it could have been. It's going to be a fun season this season, but cooler heads have always got to prevail. And unfortunately, this one ends tonight, called with 3:20 to go, due to essentially a fight that broke out, albeit very minor in the sense that there was a total of one punch thrown and a lot of players running down to the court and a lot of assistant coaches running to get the kids out. And officials, RMC events officials and Henrico County Police down there very quickly to make sure nothing escalated. And a credit to the fans here, too. There were a few who did what they shouldn't have done, but 99.9% of them did the right thing. They may have voiced their opinion, but they did not do what they shouldn't do, and that is turn their opinion into some sort of action. So, fans, that'll do it here from tonight. Unfortunately, we won't have a final for you because the game's called with 3:20 left in the action. Well, this special Game of the Week broadcast, an exclusive presentation of the RVA Sports Network and solely intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of tonight's broadcast without the express written consent of HCS Media, LLC is strictly prohibited. So again, Trinity goes down to Atlanta for the Hoopsgiving Invitational. They start on Friday night. They also play on Saturday. Varina has a 3-team scrimmage here Saturday, and then they begin December 5th at Patrick Henry. Rob Witham reminding you our next broadcast is 2 weeks from tonight, December 5th, live in Chester. It'll be top 10 girls basketball action, Monica and L.C. Bird at 7 Eastern on our YouTube channel. And our preseason top 10 boys and girls basketball polls debut Sunday on Central Region Now, the exclusive podcast of the RVA Sports Network and at RVASportsNetwork.com. Rob Witham saying thanks for being with us. Good night, everybody.